Aaron Chubb joins us for this week's study tip session. This week we're talking about note-taking, taking notes for class, reading, reviewing. So Aaron, let's maybe start about in class. When you're in class, how can you take effective notes instead of just writing down what the teacher's saying?
Yeah, and that's the tendency, is just to write down exactly what the teacher's saying word for word. So you want to try and avoid that. Obviously getting the formulas right and stuff that has to be written down word for word or symbol for symbol, getting that stuff down. But the rest of it is summarizing the big points, the linkages between ideas, trying to put that in your own words. When you write something down word for word, you're never quite sure if you actually understood it or if you're just writing down what they said. Writing in your own words is showing understanding. So that's usually a good approach during the class. Sitting as close as you can to the front. Pen and paper tends to work better than laptops. There's less distractions on a pen and paper. You can move around the paper better than you can move around a screen on a laptop.
And then how about when you're maybe reviewing those notes? Is there an effective way to do those, or how quickly should you do those after the class?
Sooner the better. Within 24 to 48 hours is ideal. Well, it's still fresh in your head. You can maybe beef up your notes, add some stuff to it, and then you could even take your notes at that point and turn them into cue cards, or just write down on the side column of the notes some different ideas or questions you have, or keywords, so that when you study, you're able to quickly get an idea of what that lecture was about. You could even cover up your notes and then ask yourself those keywords that you wrote on the side.
I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. And how about when you're reading textbooks? Because I feel like there's so much volume in textbooks and there's so much material you're going through. How do you make sure to really make those key points hit home?
Well, spacing it out is an important thing to do. Cramming all of your readings into one day, you're just not going to get the most out of it. So doing a little bit every day. And instead, same thing, you don't want to write down word for word exactly what the textbook says. You'll be there all day. Reading a section, a paragraph, and then summarizing is more efficient in your own words. And when you're reviewing that, same thing, it's better if you review it fairly quickly, maybe right before class. You're waiting for class to start, review the notes that you took from your textbooks. And then it's that constant review that makes the biggest difference. And reviewing actively, that when you're reading your notes, you don't simply want to reread over and over and over. Your brain's going to be like, I've seen this before, tune it out a little bit. So doing stuff like, again, creating flashcards, studying with someone else, asking each other questions, creating little tests online on websites like Quizlet.com is good for that.
Awesome. Thanks, Aaron. Those are really great tips.
Yeah, you're welcome, Fallon.
Stay tuned for more on Go right after this.